Hi everyone, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So today's video is going to be my April favourites. So let's go ahead and get to it. So I'm making a lot of cards this month. I don't know why, it just sort of seems to be my zone out kind of thing when Charlotte's gone to bed, when it's quiet and I don't have to film, I don't have to think, I just sit here and I make cards. So I have a lot of very simple cards here to show you that have kind of then, these are the bits and pieces that I have found that I have loved through doing those. So I'm going to start, where do I start? Alright, I'm gonna start with pastes. So these are two that I have been loving. There is another one as well, so it's just pastes in general, but these are the two that I love the most. This first one is the Distress Grit Paste in Snowfall, and I'll show you in a second what something that I've made with that looks like. It just gives you, actually hold on, let's just grab it. Gives you this background. I'm not going to pop it out because I want to sort of wait till you guys see it. But it gives a really gritty kind of icicle look, and I just thought it looked stunning with this cute Snowflake Stencil. That's the Snowflake Stencil from Fawn. Really like this. Thought it would be really hard to work with. I don't know, there's something about it that I thought, oh, I don't know if that's going to work. I'd seen what it looked like and I thought it would be really hard to get into the stencil. It's really not. It's really buttery. It goes down fine. It doesn't really get that dry crystal feeling until it's dry, which I really love. So that's the Distress Grit Paste in Snowfall. The other one I've been loving, and loving so much that I actually went and got the silver one. This is the Fawn stencil paste. When this came out, I was like, I've got a bunch of stencil pastes. I don't need another one. Wrong. Very wrong. This is absolutely stunning, and I'm just going to grab this little card out. This wasn't the background. The whole background actually is on a Mother's Day card, but this was just like the leftovers, and it just made the most gorgeous golden shower. I know that's gross, but I like the idea of the gold rain. It just looks lovely. I love the way it catches the light. I love then to add this. I like the very, very simple little have a berry happy birthday and the bit of blue just to kind of finish it off. It's just a simple card, and a lot of the ones I'm going to show you today are very, very simple, but I just love it. But that tiny little bit of gold, it just sets it off, and I absolutely love it. That stencil paste is fantastic. If you haven't checked out the Fawn stencil paste, I've got the gold and the silver and I'll show you this. It's not finished. It doesn't get into my favorites yet, but oh my goodness, this is just a background. Oh, actually, that's what that grit paste looks like, sort of on another piece. I forgot that I had that one. So just to give you another look at it, but this is the glitter. Is it Sparkle? I think it's called Sparkle. Just on a rainbow background. Their texture pastes are amazing. They've knocked it out of the park. Really, 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 really love the stencil pastes. While we're talking about Fawn, there are two other stamps and die sets that I need to share. The platform pop-up has revolutionised the way that I make cards. It just has. It sounds like I'm overstating that. I'm going to show you two. I've made about 4, 5. I could make 6 or 7. 6! Anyway, I love this. I don't know why. It's so simple, but it just comes up with so many ideas. There's something about a 3D environment that just makes all my stamps and dies come to life. It is so simple. It is the most simple thing ever. I'll show you this one. This one's actually going to a friend of mine. It's such a simple thing. You got that background, and then you pop it up, and you've got this little scene. So you've got the little penguins with the new little baby penguin, and then you've got the little igloo at the back. It's so simple, but it's just so stunning. And the good thing is, like, I'm one of these people that likes to put cards up as decoration. I know it, and I do it, and I love it. But no, not everybody does. Not everyone keeps their cards up as sort of deco. These ones are some that you could, and I have like 8 or 9 different ideas for other ones to do. I have this really cool fairy tale one that I've got in the back of my head that I need to play with. But this one just came together very quickly. I needed something for the background, and then the whole thing kind of came together. Just love it. Just a side note too, while I'm thinking about it, that was on a 6x6 stencil, and I got the slimline little panel there. That's the largest of the mini slimlines. and I got the background for that out of that same background. So just don't ever throw your excesses away, because you'll be surprised what you can use them for, and you can then double them up for other cards. Oh, sorry, one more platform pop-up. Now this one, it's not perfect, and it's not finished. It is finished. I just need to sort of work out what I'm going to use it for. A couple of weeks ago, Fawn have these awesome challenges, which I just adore. They had the inspired by TV or movie or music or something. And I wanted to do a Hocus Pocus platform pop-up card. So I very, very, very kindly, I very nicely asked my friend Simone if I could borrow a couple of her stamp sets, because I don't have a lot of kid sets, but it inspired me to get Costume Party, which I'll show you in a second. That all kind of came in for me using this. And this is Hocus Pocus. It's one of my favourite movies. Don't even care that it's Halloween. But I've got the three Sanderson sisters there. That's from Bicycle Built for You. That's from Screen Time, and that's from Costume Party. Got a little mummy there. I know it's not, he was a zombie in the movie. And you've got little Binks sitting up the back. I was too late to put it in for the challenge. Was too late by like 3 weeks. But I still had this idea in my head and I had to do it. And more to the point, I really love the way this brick came up, because that's also got texture paste on it. So there's a lot of layers to that one. There's a lot of feeling to that one. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I just need to work out where I'm going to put the sentiment and how I'm going to put the sentiment. And then what I'm going to use it for. But it was just one that I had to make, because it was in my head and I had to do it. So those are the complicated cards that I've been making. Let's talk about some simple ones, shall we? These came about, so I got Costume Party because I wanted the little witch for the Hocus Pocus card. I'm not going to lie, I don't let myself buy stamp sets unless I can imagine like 3 or 4 different ways to use them. And originally when I saw this one, I couldn't think of 3 or 4 different ways to use this one. But then I was thinking about it, and I knew I wanted to get it for the witch, and so I'm sitting there going, okay, well, then I've got to come up with some other ideas, because I can't just get it for one stamp. And I don't make Halloween cards. I just don't. I don't celebrate Halloween. I'm sure I will eventually, but anyway. So I got it for the witch. What I am going to love it for is for the mummy, the unicorn, and the dinosaur, and it's now almost talked me into getting the other one. I think it's called Spring Costume Party, and it's got a little flower and a little bunny. I think this is so cute. And I've used the unicorns to make these 2 cards. So we've got Happy Birthday and Have a Magical Birthday with those cute little unicorns. And then just some stars, which I'll show you both the washi tape and the little embellishments here in just a second. 2 simple cards. Beautiful for a little girl. Easy to do. Not completely time consuming. Not too simple that someone's just going to go, oh, well, that didn't take you any time at all. And these 2 are just going to go in my stash, but I absolutely adore them. And then this one, for a little boy, uses some of my washi tape. Could be for a little girl too, don't get me wrong. Uses my washi tape. I have so much washi, I might as well get some use out of it in some other kind of fun ways. Have a rawsome birthday. Damn, I always get glue everywhere. And you've got that cute little dinosaur. Like, oh my goodness, could you get any better? And that could be done with blue, green, yellow, purple, any kind of colour for the dinosaur, and it would look stunning. So that's Costume Party. Haven't used, and probably won't use, the little pumpkin all that much, but he is absolutely gorgeous. And I did use the mummy for a friend of mine who got hurt. She hurt herself, and I did that one, and I just didn't get well soon because, you know, mummies are wrapped in bandages, and she's wrapped in a bandage right now, so you know it all works. Alright, so while we're talking about those stars, oh my goodness, I promised myself I would not fall down this hole. So these are the, what are they called exactly? Let me tell you. The Rainbow Stars washi tape set from Marshmallow Studio. I will admit I have seen these and gone, no, don't need them, no, don't need them, no, don't need them. And then I saw someone use them and I just went, yeah, no, okay, I need those. And I was very lucky because my friend Simone was actually, she had a set, she bought a bunch of stuff in a D-stash and she got an extra set, and so she let me buy it off of her. Absolutely love these. They are gorgeous. They come up beautifully. Who's going to go wrong with stars? You get a green, a purple, a yellow, an orange, a sort of get a cool purple and then a warm purple if you want to go with that, a pink and a blue. I also got some others in a bit more of a D-stash she gave me as well. That's a silver star and a pink star, like a pink metallic star. Absolutely gorgeous. but just absolutely in love with those. And then what finished that card off with these little craft sprinkles from Uniquely Creative. They are a pastel kind of colour set. I just picked out the ones that matched the ones I already had, so I just took out the orange, but if I did orange it would work there too. These are a matte kind of clay finish, so they don't have any shine to them, but they just look gorgeous as a little embellishment, and I'm just absolutely in love with these. They also work really well in a shaker, just to add that to it. While we're talking about shakers, these are my favourite ones of these that I have found, but I am so excited because Uniquely Creative have just brought out a set of their own. So these are the Paper Rose Studio glass micro beads. I found these at from Picture Page. I can't find them online, they're sold out. That's fine. I've been looking for other kind of micro beads all over the place and couldn't find any. And then Uniquely Creative came up on their Instagram a couple of days ago and said, oh, we're getting micro beads and there's going to be like a plain one and there's going to be like a bubble mix with colours and rainbow, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm having both of those. I will share those with you when I get them, but micro beads are fantastic in shakers. They're fantastic on their own because they obviously bead, so they roll around beautifully. But they also work really well in with other things. So if you wanted to put them in with some of these crafty sprinkles, it's going to make these run around a bit more because it's got something really rolly and really smooth underneath it. So there we go, glass beads. While we're talking about embellishments, we need to talk about how to pick them up. I can't remember if I put this in my favourites last month. If I did, I'm really sorry for sharing it twice. This is my Trinity Stamps pickup stick. Have been using this like crazy, especially when doing things like this. It is just so easy. The only thing that little tip that I'll give, I'm just going to pick a couple of these up. If when you go to do this the first time, which mine's going to do it because it's good, if when you go to do it, it doesn't pick something up, it sort of drops off like this one kind of is, just hold the tip in your finger for a second. This is wax. If it's warm, it'll do stuff. Perfect. It's just so good. I've had no problems with picking up any of my embellishments since I've started using this wand. It's also got a cool little pokey stick in the other side for getting your dies out. So glad. It's taken me so long to get it, but I'm so glad now that I have it because it's not revolutionizing my craft room by any stretch, but it is just making life in here a little bit easier. Alright, two more things to show you. The first one is the one that I've made, and I keep trying to do this and it keeps coming apart. So I will take it off again. When I finished that video, this is my little post-it note folio that I made using Planner Love from PA. I did get rather annoyed that it kept opening on me, so I tried to stick this little cutie on there. When it stays, it's great, but when it doesn't stay, it's a pain in the bum. At the moment, it's on there with foam tape. It keeps coming off. It's fine. But basically, when you open it up here, you've got all of my little round post-it notes that I use for organising my social media planner. I have just used my semi-permanent marker to write underneath what each of these are for. So good. It's so good. There's a little pocket on the back too. I will link the video down below for where I made this. It is so simple. It's not funny. So helpful though. Last but not least, while we're talking about Planners Anonymous, we're going to talk about this. This is the stamp set from Country Cottage. That brick is the best brick stamp I've ever used. It's not the best brick stencil because I've used that one, which is the one that I used here. For whatever reason, this one gives me a real textured look, which I have real trouble with. Everybody else wants to use bricks and make them perfect, and I'm not that kind of person. These are just two cards that I made using the bricks background. This one was just a bit smaller. They were both made out of I think an A5 sheet that I just stamped and then cut up. And then these are using the Altenew Coral Charm stamp set from Altenew. This one's using, oh god, let me remember. I think it's Stormy Sky, Weathered Wood, and Salvage Patina. No, it's not Salvage Patina. What's the other one? What was Speckled Egg? That's it. And then this one's using the new Saltwater Taffy. Fired Brick, I think, is the really dark one. And then I think the other one, that's Saltwater Taffy. Must be Abandoned Coral. the florals on the brick look perfect, and I now want to play with the florals on like a stenciled brick. I want to play with the florals on a red brick. I have ideas. Oh, the green, by the way, is, I think it's Forest Moss Peel Paint and a little bit of Shabby Shutters. And then just sentiments from Uniquely Creative. The sentiments were kind of like the last thing I was thinking about. But I just absolutely love those cards. I know that's a lot of cards in my favourites this month. How many did I get eventually in here? I think it might be 7? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards in my favourites. Plus 2 stamp sets and some dies and some stencil paste. But I've been really enjoying playing with lots of different kinds of cards. Like, I know these ones are really complicated, these ones are really simple. But there's lots of different things being used on them. So the texture paste is different, the washi tape's different, the micro beads are different. It's just, I've had a lot of fun. And what I sometimes do, this is just a hint for anyone, if you're having a night where you just want to play and just want to make backgrounds, that's what I did with this one. I just made a background and then I worked out afterwards what I wanted to do with it. It's a really fun way to do it. It's just, if you have a bunch of backgrounds that you've just had them cut up. I did the same thing with the brick. I just stamped here one night and just made the brick and then cut it up. Just happened to look perfect by the time I was done. But that's what you can do. You can sit around at night watching telly or watching the footy or whatever you're doing, make your backgrounds, and then another night come back and do all the actual cards. But there we go, that's my favourites for April. I hope you guys did enjoy this. If you've been loving something, please let me know what it is, because I would absolutely love to check it out. You can leave it down below, or of course you can find me on any of my socials. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will catch you again in my next video. Sending lots of huggles. Bye!